Now, one of the things that we saw this week is that Trump has lifted off the sanctions that the US has had put onto Syria, and this comes after Trump did some massive deals in UAE, which is something that is very good. And he announced those deals this week. Now, that led into him lifting, or part of the agreement, him lifting the tariffs onto Syria, which was something that is good for Syria, because then they will be able to see, of course, some economic growth, which they will be able to reap the good rewards since these sanctions have been lifted off. For now, the reason why I'm talking about the Trump lifting off the sanctions in Syria is, well, you will know that in South Africa we also have got sanctions that Trump imposed on us due to genocide, due to standing with Iran in terms of that war where there were genocide being caused by, obviously, Israel, and again, over and above that, the land without compensation issues. It led into Trump sanctioning us, stopping with the funding of the PEFAR aid, which was around $80 million. And this, my dear friends, it's and also the energy deal of $1 billion to be scraped off or cancelled completely. He said this is due to the genocide, due to all those things that I was telling you, are siding with Hamas and not Israel, and all those kind of things, which, knowing that our president will be going or headed or having a meeting with Trump, or President Trump, this coming week on Wednesday, you and me can agree that, who knows, maybe after that meeting our sanctions can be lifted up, like what we saw in Syria. But we can't see that whatever happened to Syria happening to us. That's if there is maybe a conclusion, or there is something solid that comes out of that meeting that favors both us and the United States of America. Things will come out of that meeting better, or things will come out of that meeting worse. That could happen, or things could go both ways. If things come out worse, we are going to get tariffs or more tariffs. We know that there is a pause of tariffs that Trump announced onto South Africa together with the other countries to say that for the next 3 months we need to negotiate with US as to, and explain to them why they we don't, or they must not impose 30% of tariffs onto us, which this meeting taking place on Wednesday could also favor, or could also lead into that also being touched base on. And if it's a good one, I think then we would have saved ourselves from getting more tariffs from the US, because from the 1st of April, you know that all the countries doing business with the US, they were hit with 10% tariff, all of them. And this includes us, and the 30% was an additional over and above the 10% that is already there. And this, my dear friends, is not something that, of course, we want to see, right? We want to see things becoming better. We want to see the tensions between US and us recovering. A video I did yesterday, we're talking about the fact that the AI platform on X, Grok, or called Grok, it has been feeding misinformation or to people when they ask it, or when they want some views on certain topics. It has always been talking about South Africa, which is something that is not good, because this is just making, or is just spreading misinformation about this whole narrative happening here in South Africa. But the good thing, I think, though it is spreading this misinformation, it is not really taking sides. It's saying it's neither here nor there, but obviously the fact that it is showing that message to people all over the world, I mean, people, yeah, it's just so bad, man, because it tempers with our economy, because someone wanting to come and visit South Africa and see that they won't come anymore, right? Because of what is so called portrayed out there by Grok and the President of the United States of America and his administration, to say that they are killing in South Africa. People, our tourism industry can end up being hit or impacted by this, which is something that we don't want, because there's no such thing happening. There's no genocide happening into South Africa. Yes, people are dying on a daily basis, but it's not just one race or a certain group. It is anyone, black people, white people, Afrikaners, Indians, coloreds, people are dying, man, and they are being killed. And in some instances they are being killed, and we cannot really just decide to portray as if when other groups get killed, then everything must be on a standstill. Trump must get involved and all that. Think all the other killings also matter, right? So yeah, because Syria sanctions were lifted off, this meeting coming on Wednesday could also be a positive to us. Maybe after that meeting, there could be a positive. There could be great things that comes from that meeting, which as South Africans will be very, very happy to see that happening, see that takes place. So yeah, I'll be closely monitoring. We'll be closely monitoring that. Hopefully things get better. Hopefully the Wednesday meeting goes well, which will be so good. Ramaphosa, our president, is going on. President Ramaphosa is going with his delegates, and of course, we don't know if Musk will form part of that meeting. But let's wait. Let's see what transpires. We'll be closely monitoring the situation, and hopefully things get better instead of being bad. Because especially after seeing what happened to Zelensky at the Oval Office, I think it was not good, right? And we don't wish that to happen to our president, because look, man, there is nothing wrong that South Africa has done. We are just getting mistreatments because of the reasons that I told you, including the one of saying that we are having close relations with China. That's why we are being punished, which again, it's not fair at all. Yeah, man, tell me what you think. I thought I'd come and give you this quick update. Hopefully it goes well for our president there. I mean, if there's one thing that I'm liking about this country right now, is that we are starting a number of races are of course uniting onto this thing happening of US accusing us of genocide, or of Afrikaner genocide taking place in South Africa. I mean, we bikers just did also an ad, I think I saw it yesterday, where they are talking about the the Afrikaners getting the refugee status, which yeah, it was just a funny one. But anyways, we will wait. We'll see what transpires next week. We'll closely monitor that meeting, but hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully everything goes better. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because it takes me some time to make these videos, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up, so that at least you get to be notified every time I drop a new content. I will see you on the next one. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. That's all from me, and God bless you all.